Coming through.
That's the question right there that really some people don't get, and it's the split step. When the split step, and you split step every time the ball is hit. Hey, I was talking to myself. I have a lot of conversation with myself, and that's normal for me. So, hello, welcome to another edition of the PickleBall Show with me, Curtis Reese, guy back there, or the guy right here, and today's guest is a true friend and a brother of mine who saw something that I swear to you 4 or 5 years ago I thought was off of my spectrum. I thought I was done with doing tennis, and I got into some insurance for a while, did good at that. And this guy, we were on the board together, the DPTA, Dallas Professional Tennis Association. I was president, and Geoff was on there for the I just gave his name away. Anyway, we were on the board together, and without further ado, I will just screw this intro up and just say we have Geoff Hedges here. A good friend of mine. Geoff, what's up, man?
How we doing, Mr. Curtis?
What state are you in now, bro?
Oh, I'm back in the good old ATL.
Yes.
outside of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes. There you go. You got your Travis Matthews and sunglasses on your hat.
Always. Yeah. Always got to have that. Got to be rocking that.
So Geoff was the director of Royal Oaks for how long, brother?
7.5 years.
Yes. And Geoff came from what club were you in Atlanta?
I was at Atlanta Athletic Club before I came to Dallas.
And for those of you who don't know, Geoff did a heck of a job there at Royal Oaks with what he had, and he left on good terms, and he has dealt with a lot. But let's talk about your family. What's your history with tennis or whatever you're doing and all that stuff right now? Wife, kids, all that good stuff.
We moved back here with when did we move back? Last year. So we moved back last year with a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old. So now a year later, I've got 2 boys that don't play tennis at all. One's a phenomenal baseball player, and he's trying his hand at football now. The other one is trying his hand at how many screens he can watch at one time. And, like any other 10-year-old kid, he enjoys that way too much. And then coming back here with them both in school, wife was getting bored, so she went back to work as well outside of the home and just doing like everyone else around us, right? Working and carting the kids back and forth.
Yeah, we're Ubering kids, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much our job as parents, right? We're just parental Ubers.
Well, it's like I tell my wife, being a good parent sucks because, you got to make sure they're following the rules. You got to make sure they're doing all this and that. And so
absolutely.
Anyway, that's one of my Curtis-isms, if you will. So let's touch on your background in tennis in Georgia and all that stuff and your family. You got a big family, don't you?
Yeah, my family's way too large.
Exactly.
My mom was one of 11 kids. My dad was one of 8. I'm one of 7, and most everyone is right here in the Metro Atlanta area.
Yes.
So just the 96 of us are all right here in close proximity.
Are any of you guys related in marriage?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
So that remains to be seen since my dad was adopted. There could be someone out there that's throws a wrench into the situation.
That went south so fast. Okay, so anyway, talk about your high school and college years with tennis.
So played here. I got tired of people screwing up my great throws and plays in baseball, and it was starting to piss me off. And so I quit baseball and just wanted to do something where I could have complete control.
Exactly.
Horrible problem I got to deal with to this day. And so I decided I was going to play tennis and got a late start at it. I didn't start till I was about 12, and it just happened to be something I picked up quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly got to the top of the rankings in the state, South, and nation. Went on to play college ball until I hurt my knee. So I didn't get a full year of college ball under my belt until I hurt my knee, and that was it. So after taking a couple years off, going without surgery to fix my knees, interesting story. I was depressed as hell, trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do. with that long-haired ponytail I had at the time.
Oh, it is so made fun of you.
I wish I had pictures available, but I tried to wash
ponytail
all
guy.
From the internet. But decided I just need to get back into tennis, so got back into it and got my first job at Capital City Club, one of the premier clubs in the nation, and from there the rest is history.
Wow. And then how'd you get to Dallas? How'd you get over here?
Actually a friend of mine, Andrew Manelli, can't say the world enough good things about him, but he kind of put my name in the hat to a recruiter, and just went through the process like everyone else, and it looked like I was the man for the job. I had a blast doing it, and it was just time to come back when it was time to come back.
Let's confirm who the recruiter was. I believe you referred him to me, and I used him as well.
Yeah, Atlantic Recreation, Chris Hackman.
Yes.
He's the owner of Atlantic Recreation. Fantastic dude.
He's an amazing man.
He was wonderful to work with.
He was getting me to go to Atlanta. I was going to take that the Landings Club right there.
I was hoping we were going to be in the same state together. You at the beach and me up in the mountains. Go find a nice place to go back and forth together.
Shit show. Yeah, I know that would have been fun because our kids get along well too. That's even cooler, boy. Because
I know.
Similar.
And then you got built-in vacations. Like I said, beach and mountains. You get tired of the beach, you come up to the mountains. I go down to the beach with my kids. We keep everyone happy that way.
Well, I made it to like the final two, and the other guy that got it was really a strong veteran and strong. I wish I knew his name, but he deserved it. He's a veteran, and he really supported veterans that were trying to play pickleball, and that's another segment I got coming up in a few months. But I was like you said, it's a process. It's very nerve-wracking, but I had my wife's support. She was like, "Just take it. I'll move with you," and I was like, "Wow, God, she's so stupid. Why does she want to stay with me?" But she did, and so I don't mean that, by the way. But she's awesome. But that's what was going to happen, and then this T-bar thing opened up, and been there ever since. And I came across this other producer by the name of Ren Miller, who I get to beat up on the court because he's a big man. He could break me in half in 5 seconds, but that's okay. But anyway, going back to you, I went ADHD on you. Going back to you, the Royal Oaks scene. Tell me what led to. Why'd you pick me to come there? That's the part I've never really asked you. Because you got me back.
You and I, you were one of the first people I met. You took a hiatus from the DPTA shortly after I met you, and then you came back to it. Mm-hmm. When you came back, I mean, I knew you initially as the dude that just talked a lot. And
Thanks.
Not that I didn't enjoy your talking, you just talked a lot. So I got to listen to it. And then we became friends from there. And then I had a need, and you had been toying with the idea of getting back into it. And it just made sense to me. Then when we got into it, we had already started doing pickleball as a social event. Mm-hmm. And that was 2017 is when we started doing pickleball for social events. Mm-hmm. And for any way for that to get any bigger, I needed someone that was willing. I shouldn't say wanted. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you wanted to do pickleball at that point in time, but you were willing to give it a shot. Mm-hmm. So you gave it a shot. You grew it. You grew the pickleball. We not only did we have clinics and stuff or did we have the mixers. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden we had clinics and a pro who was knowledgeable in pickleball.
Actually certified by an amazing person, Seymour, I remember you asked that question. You're like, what do you think about pickleball? I'm like, what the hell is that? We're upstairs. Right. We're upstairs in the what was that? The pros office, and I look above the lockers.
Our pros dungeon that was actually upstairs.
Yeah, and so I look up at the top of the lockers, and there's this pickleball. I'm like, what the fuck? And so that's what I got a pro doing right now, but they're not feeling it. So if you can feel it, you just need to get certified and yours. I was like, well, hell yeah, I'll do it. So anyway, we'll go back to how we first. I remember I came at your house and we had several drinks and beers and we're bullshitting about.
Oh, there's definitely some adult beverages in there.
And that's when you're like, what do you think about coming back? And I was like, I don't want to come back for that position. I don't want to come back. I might come back for that one. And I turned it down. And then I was in the process of selling my insurance agency and going independent. And then, I saw where industry was going, and no disrespect to the industry of insurance. I just said, dude, I got a shot here. The guy's going to pay me awesome. Benefits, salary, what the hell, man? I'm in. And so I helped build the junior program, and then we were getting the men's tennis program going, and then the pickleball's doing all that for you. And And, just had to move on. The COVID hit and all that stuff. But he looked at me after several drinks. He's like, so what do you think about getting back in? I go, into what? And he go, well, tennis. You want to come work at Royal Oaks? And I was like, you've lost your damn mind. No, it's a private club. That's crazy. But we had a good time, I think, and it worked out to be great. And they had a good staff there and good members. And I really, really enjoyed my time there. I really did.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
So now let's talk about, you and I did play a little pickleball at where was that club at?
We were at Sandy Springs Tennis Center, right on the perimeter of Atlanta. So similar to 635 in Dallas.
Yes. And I met him there, and Jeff's also the one that made me realize my paddle sucked. And so and he didn't say it like that, but he goes, plus you play with the wrong damn hand too, Jeff. You left-handed?
Yeah, I have. That's all I got because I'm a $150 soaking wet with a pocket full of change. So I got to use the one thing I have to my advantage, which is being
left-handed. The shit out of that ball. So anyway, you made me realize, and that's what I got a contract with Diadem. And then we had Lucia on from Vulcan. She's going to get her account at T-Bar with us, and she's going to start sponsoring me some. So anyway, that's when I realized I need to really up my game. And so I'm going to play my first event in November here. In Rockwall.
Sweet.
Yeah. You want to come play?
Where is it? In Dallas?
It's in Rockwall. We'll talk later.
I will absolutely fly in and be your partner.
We might do another one.
Partner, I will absolutely do it.
Anyway, so now I was there. We played against two guys that were prepping for that Atlanta Open tournament, and one of those guys who was he? A son of a guy you grew up playing?
Yeah, we were playing with Jeff Groliman, and pardon me for getting the other guy's name, but Jeff Groliman is Gary Groliman's son, and they're junior tennis academy icons in Atlanta.
Wow. So
they were just getting themselves ready for that Atlanta Open, just like you said. So we got to go out there and be thumping buddies against them, let them beat up on us a little bit. And it was a nice time. It was good times.
Well, they were like you said. I remember we were getting our butts kicked and like second or third or fourth set. I don't even know. We had some good stuff, but they were just younger, and they were tour players, and so I remember saying, or both of us were kind of like, hey man, we're sorry you have to deal with us, our old man. We're all old as shit, and you're young and spry. And I'll never forget what what's that guy's name again? Connor? What'd you say Connor's name was?
Jeff.
Excuse me. He goes, no, it doesn't matter the level you play. We had too many unforced errors. And I looked at you and I'm like, God, that's one of the reasons I love pickleball, because a lot of the times the rapport is genuine, right? It needs to be genuine.
Yeah.
And if you come onto a court thinking you're the best player, that's okay and all, but there's no reason to show it. You need to play to the level of who you're with if it's recreational. Obviously, if you're training for a tournament, then that's a different level. But
that's the cool thing about pickleball in general is, it doesn't matter anywhere I've gone, and I'd imagine the same with you. You have a tennis court, and if someone books more than 4 people on a court, or if there's one person waiting, they're straight up angry the entire time.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Whereas putting 6 people on a pickleball court, 2 on, 2 off the entire time, everyone's happy, everyone's helping each other out, no matter how many or how few courts you have. It's a good experience, and everyone wants to help everyone out the entire time, regardless of level.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing about pickleball.
Yeah. Do you? That's the other thing. We both have this similar we both agree upon this, that unfortunately I'm not making fun of the city I live in, embrace Dallas. We're catching up, because Dave was talking about that. But you were talking about the difference between Dallas and Atlanta. Are they caught up? Are they ahead of us? Are they doing good? Are they slow to the game, or what?
I still consider Dallas not quite the Midwest as far as pickleball is concerned, but they are still, I'd say, 2 to 3 years ahead of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Atlanta's just now starting to pop into a league, which is still not a solid league group. And while we've got some tournaments that pop up here and there, mm-hmm. we're still behind on the pickleball thing.
Yeah.
My big thing is it's still got a real, because our tennis league, Alta, is the largest individual tennis league in the nation.
You tell our listeners what Alta stands for in case they don't know.
Atlanta Lawn Tennis Association. So while it is not played on grass courts, it is almost exclusively hard courts.
Yeah.
It is by far the largest league tennis in the nation, and it's tennis. It's not pickleball.
Yeah.
And so your tennis purists do not want to touch pickleball yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it is slowly making its way back and forth, but it's still very much a public facility thing. It's not quite gone into the semi-private and private facility communities yet.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, tell us where you're working at now. Tell us your facility and what's going on there.
I am in Big Canoe up in the North Georgia mountains. So
nice.
For where we are, we're kind of a hidden gem, but we've got 10 tennis courts, indoor and outdoor, and then 4 standalone pickleball courts. And then our hard tennis courts are also lined for pickleball courts as well. And so, like I said, we're kind of a hidden gem up there, not so hidden anymore.
Yeah.
But we have the Atlanta population comes up and they do tennis getaways, pickleball getaways with me, myself up there. So it's a cool facility.
You got to fly me in, dude. I'm going to go, let's do some damage up there. Seriously.
I would love to. You
told me you added into your budget for this year, you son of a bitch. I'm coming up. So you better.
I do. I've got plenty in there for you.
So fly my ass up there. To the Big Canoe is Geoff and I had toyed with the idea of him wanting me to come up there and work with him, or for him, excuse me. And we had this grand idea, but it's really a smaller situation, and Geoff is really doing a good job there. I know he is. And so so did you have like organized league play there, or in-house, or what are you doing now?
So because of our location, we don't get
like in-house.
We don't get the leagues coming from Metro Atlanta area.
That's good.
We're about 20 miles outside of their range. Okay. So it's not a bad thing, but it also geographically secludes us on how many people were in our area will actually play. So we do in-house leagues quite a bit.
Cool. And are you using pickleballbrackets.com like we are at T-Bar?
We're just starting to go with them. So I'll have my first real go around with it next Friday night and next Saturday night will be my first real go around with it.
And for those of you who don't know, Tom, I can't forget that. Those of you who don't know, one of the owners of T-Bar M bought pickleballbrackets.com and Pickleball Central. He's a big advocate for that. And so I've opted to use that for all pros here in Dallas, as well as brothers or friends like Geoff or directors around anywhere in the United States. It's really good. I use it. It's pretty much fun. So
yeah, it's easy to use. So yeah, it's an awesome tool.
So now we'll go to back to a funny story. Do you remember the first time we put a pickleball court down? Do you remember that?
I remember spending a fortune in masking tape. I remember.
We used that.
I don't know if I remember the exact first time I did it though.
We did it the width of the court, and we did it with that Gorilla Tape, and it did.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I knew it was going to do it. At that point in time, I just didn't care. I needed to get it down, and I needed it to stay. So put down some Gorilla Tape, and then pressure wash it, and then resurface the courts later on.
And the whole entire staff and members were so embracing of it. Don't answer that.
Yeah. Exactly. They were all about pickleball. So into it.
I was the underdog as usual with that program. But so you believe that right now we've got T-bars being redone. They're going to start to add all the courts like Zoltan. We had him on a few weeks back. He's at LB Houston. They're a public. City of Dallas is adding pickleball courts. But what's important is they need to do it. They're one per side, not one in the center of the fucking court where the net's 32 inches high.
Yeah.
Instead of 30, right? It's terrible. I saw one yesterday. I'm like, oh. Anyway, no disrespect there, City of Dallas. But so you are embracing pickleball. Are you the lone person up there doing it, or do you have anybody doing it?
I am the lone person.
That's great.
I am the lone person. So no, it's good and bad. So obviously, there's only so many hours in a day, and only so much time any one person can do.
Yes.
But it also means that you're always getting you're getting the information from one person. It's nice to hear different voices. So when they go off to another facility, that's awesome. They can come back and tell me what they learned, and without stepping on toes, I can build off what they learned.
Yeah, Dave was talking about that, about how he he loves spreading the word of pickleball. And he says, he's like I said and you said years ago, that pickleball and tennis can all work together. I mean.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean.
There's no reason to have the tennis purists go nuts about pickleball. It pisses me off to no end.
I'm with you on that one. But so I guess we'll make this short, but I mean, I'm hoping you'll want to come back on maybe, in a few months. And if we start doing some streams over there, if you do an event, save me a clip and we could look at it and see if we add it on one day and have you on.
I'll do that one right here next weekend. I'll get someone to step aside and film a little bit for us as we have everyone going through, because we're celebrating our 50th anniversary up at Big Canoe.
God,
so we're going to have
huh?
myself and everyone else dressed like an idiot. And I'm actually custom making a wood pickleball paddle for myself for next weekend. So I'll take a picture of it and we'll see how that does.
Are you on medication, sir? Are you on medication?
Should be. I really should be.
A wooden pickleball paddle. I love it.
Well, 50 years ago, I'm sure I didn't see many graphite and honeycomb filled in anything. So it's just going to be a wood paddle.
So, all right, let's go for fun stuff here. So, what's your favorite band right now? Boom. Hit me.
God, still the same band, Screaming Cheetah Wheelies.
Jesus.
Straight out of Murfreesboro or Nashville, Tennessee, whichever one you want to relate them to. Fantastic band. And you just went and saw them in a cave a little over a month ago.
Oh, that's right. That's awesome. Right.
It was awesome.
Oh God, I don't know what went on there. We could probably talk about another episode, but we'll table that for now. So, what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Damn, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Not like forever, bro. Just like right now.
Right now, the one I just recently watched was Six Underground.
Oh, yes.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yes.
Netflix movie. That was pretty badass.
Oh really? Okay. Well,
yeah, I was into that one.
My favorite one is Shazam.
That's a good.
I know it's stupid, but we always make fun of when they make a bad shot. I call them Captain Sparkle Fingers, and they get all pissed off at me.
That's awesome.
Rainbow.
That's badass.
No, it's a good one, and I'm a dork, you know that. But well, I would say that I'm out, man. I'm gonna have you back on, and I want to have some stuff with regards to clips, and we could talk about that. And I guess via con Dios, brother. And we'll stay in touch. I'm glad you came on, man.
Well, thank you, and let me know about that tournament. I will gladly be your partner in November.
And you must remember this one thing, and maybe November, maybe December, or maybe, but we're still going to play a thing together. But like I've told everybody over 4 years ago, that they're always hesitant about pickleball. And Geoff, you need to tell your members this at Big Canoe Country Club there. And what city is that in? It is actually its own city. So it is 8,000 acres of land with Big Canoe.
2,500 homes and 3 9-hole golf courses. So it is quite the setup.
Okay, well now you're just bragging to be an asshole, but I'm proud of you. But anyway, just if anyone's ever on the fence about it, just to grab their hand and simply say, "Come on, let's pickle, let's go." Don't even think about that or that shit. Just come on, let's go. And with that, I bid you farewell, my friend, and I will talk to you soon, brother.
Curtis, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Tell the family hi.
Will do, bud. You do the same.
Later.
All right, bud. Bye.
Coming through.